afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. I know a lot of people in the back of the scene may come to PJ, but she's one of our youth convoy as an ambassador. PJ came to me, she like my daughter. Everybody in the UN, they would say, oh, Mama Amma, where's your daughter? I remember PJ was one of the implementation person for the agenda that we put in place. She was one of the person that spoke against the violence on a lot of youth. And we have 5 bullets. I don't know if you know Dr. Pojanee. He was one of the newspaper for African Times Voice. I recommend PJ to work for the magazine, and PJ was one of her comfort. The 3 magazines PJ have, it was one of the magazines what happened to make sure we promoted. And another thing she implemented was the big program for the youth in New York with our Congressman Owen. It was from 5 years old to 14 years old. It was a program, PJ was one of the convent of all her programs to teach young people. And we helped to celebrate that, and she was one of the implementation. Helping the youth to make sure the juvenile prison system mustn't be impacted with our youth. So she was one of the person to implement a program with Congressman Owens. We had it for 5 years. The Youth for Learning is a 6-week program from July 25th to August 30th. And we have almost 50 students that were on the PJ platform. And PJ, I know she was in an outspoken person. She always liked to stay in the mic, but she was very, very talented. And I went and pushed her a lot because we have a big room in the UN, and I wanted her to speak. I had to leave her to stay in an empty room, like 500 seats, and she would come and talk and nobody in the seat, so she can be more open for that. And at least she tried, she did 2 different speaking, and I was very proud of that. Another impact that PJ did, I'm so glad she went to South Africa. Even though she didn't want, she wanted to go, but she wanted me. I told her she has to go. And it was a youth big event on leadership and agriculture. She was one of the impact for that. And then another impact she was impacting on a global scope was the Rio conference in Brazil. A lot of people probably didn't know about it. PJ was one of the instrumentation for the Rio conference in Brazil. She was one of the impact for that. And she implemented a lot of stuff pertaining to training young people. She's an inventor, and she do a lot of things on that. Another thing, she was in by the Global magazine in London. I put PJ there to be the convoy for the magazine. And she was one of the places she went to London. And I know she wanted for her son to go with us the last time, but the next trip was to be this year, was to be leaving the Banana, but we still want to make sure her son take the trip for her. So PJs have been the main implement into a lot of stuff that people see globally and domestically. I know Dr. Jackson is here. She's one of the person with the implementation thing for the whole youth program that we have in the UN. It's a whole lot PJ have done, and I'm so glad that she get a chance to put in an implementation on the PPP pertaining to the tourism, medical tourism. It was one of the implementation in the UN dealing with Ambassador Mandela. PJ was one of the person who spoke on the issue for youth to be part of the convoy making policy in countries to have the youth in these countries to be part of the policy in within their countries to be part of the decision making. So I know I'm going to miss my daughter. She has done so much, and I'm not forgetting. We're going to implement her work, and I know she promised to have a 5-page, maybe a 10-page book on her memoir. So we have like event, we were inventing in April. We had a speak to her because I got a chance to see her in October, the 29th, the 30th, November the 5th. She came to see me in Brooklyn. So I know that a lot of every day she called me. And that trip in Africa, I'm so glad I her go because that was one of the trips I pushed her to be in Africa. And now she's finally missed. So I thank you for coming. I'm not only miss my daughter, but I have the husband here, I have my grandson is here, and we're still going to play. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister Alma. I want to call the Office of the Public Advocate, Gina C. William. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. My name is Gina Costello-Williams, and I am the Borough Representative for Honorable Pojanee D. Williams, the Public Advocate of New York City. I just want to say on his behalf, sincere condolences, and I will give you a card if there's anything else that the office can do for you to support you. We would like for you to understand that we are definitely here for you. And this is a saddened time, and so many lost in one day, in one moment around the holidays. So the most important thing that I can leave with you is to say, we're gathered here today, and there was a service a few days ago. But the most important thing to assist the family is to remember the next day, the day after, the months after, to do the check-ins, to make sure that everything is well. Because we are a sharing community, I did deliver the letter, but I'll allow you to read it.
Absolutely, no problem. So we have a letter from the Public Advocate for the City of New York, Pojanee D. Williams. I'm going to try to read a few paragraphs and then give the letter to PJ's husband. It says, to the family of Mrs. Pojanee P.J. Fleury, I would like to offer you my prayers for peace and comfort as you mourn the loss of Mrs. Pojanee Fleury. I know from experience the pain of losing someone dear. A family member is devastating, and that it leaves a permanent void. Please accept my heartfelt empathy and support. So I'm just going to read that one paragraph and then give the rest of the letter to PJ's husband. Congratulations and our deepest condolences to the family. You guys should take a few pictures with the office. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Absolutely. Definitely. Okay, we're gonna move on with the program. Thank you to our DJ for the amazing music that she's playing. I'm sure she knows PJ and she knows the kind of music that PJ likes. We're gonna introduce some of PJ's friends and collaborate business partners. I'll call Baba Ja's son. He's a collaborator and a business partner of PJ. So he's going to say a few words also. Thank you everybody for coming, by the way. It's a good turnout. Thank you.
Peace, love, and light, family.
Peace, love, and light.
Thank you for being here. My condolences again to not only PJ, her sister, and Donna Fran. I am Baba Ja's son, Montego Bay of Third Eye Visions Unlimited. When I heard of the news, I was in shock, still a little bit in shock, it hasn't sunk in yet. And I went to my Instagram page, and one of the postings that popped up between Brown Eyes Magazine and Third Eye Visions shows us in this very building. What's the date there, my brother? Right there. November 3rd, 2023. We were actually here together in this very room, right here in this very room, for the Global Conference on Trade internationally with the United States representatives here, all the head attorneys for the State Department. PJ and I did an event, attended that event, right here in this very room. And this picture popped up when I started heading back to the building. So we had an interesting relationship between Brown Eyez Magazine. I'm one of the Powerful Pioneers, health and wellness ministers. We've done events here in food deserts to bring health food to Harlem, fresh vegetables on the curb, all the way to Orlando. I'm coming from Orlando, Florida. I flew up as soon as I heard, got here last Friday night, and was in New Jersey Saturday for the funeral. We've done events in Florida together. So PJ's reach is not even just New York. Like, we've done events all over the place. I travel with Dr. Stevenson, with Professor, my good brother, James Smalls. We do a lot of events in Connecticut, Essex College in New Jersey, all over. And so also we had those conversations, as another gentleman mentioned earlier. I'm a fellow engineer, aerospace engineer. And so we had the invention about the inventions and different science and different solutions that we wanted to bring to the community that were already in the pipeline and others yet to come. So the loss is something you can't measure. However, at the same time, PJ has gotten more done than most people in what, 42 years? Than people who've been here for 82 years. So that's what I want to highlight. I want to highlight that on my way to the life celebration in Jersey, I remember I told you, PJ showed up in the form of the Hebrew Israelite pamphlet at my foot. And the message that I was given to give to them is the same message I'm going to give to you tonight. The Spirit tells me to tell you the time is now. The time is always now. When you get to tomorrow, it's going to be now. When you was in yesterday, it was now. Why is this important? I want to fix the issues and the tissues so we can remind ourselves that we're Shakti, Shiva, and Vishnus. We are the Trinity in the flesh. Whatever you have going on between you and yours, fix it now. The time is now and it's always now. Okay? These people got together for Thanksgiving, probably was planning Christmas. Didn't make it to Christmas. So the time is always now. Whatever issues are in the tissues, remember your Shakti, Shiva, and Vishnus. Peace, love, and light.
Thank you. So I want to take a moment and just call the
Before we bring on WACR, I just on the scene. It'll be quarterly. We'll start out small.
well,
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. My name is Keziah. I am the general manager for WHCR, Harlem Community Radio. And I want to say I'm also the interim program director for WBAI, and I have to connect with you, sister, because I do owe you that. What we are doing right now is what PJ would want. She is somewhere seeing this happen. Her energy was so powerful, but yet so delicate. It's like a radio wave. Radio waves are so important. You don't see them. But the terrestrial radio is so important for us to cherish and for each organization to be heard through WHCR, Harlem Community Radio. By the end of this event, I hope that we can all connect and all of your voices can come through our radio waves.
Yes.
Today we are going to be talking about emergency preparedness because we have something called WEBT, which is WHCR's Emergency Preparedness Team. I'm going to pass this over to Stuart Reed, our director.
Thank you, Keziah. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak. My condolences to the family. God bless, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk about the work that we do, and that is, as Keziah said, we are the WHCR Emergency Broadcast Team. We were established about 12 years ago.
Blessings and can you hear me? Okay, blessings and tidings. I came in about 6:45. I was actually I'm gonna kind of backtrack and then go on topic, but I just want to share with the group. And I know business people know this. When you're talking with someone, right, it's important to use clarity and show documentation of clarity because when there's not clarity or understanding, there's misinterpretation, even if there's feelings involved at the same time. So I say that to say, make sure your stuff is documented with clarity, whether it's in a document, an email, or clarification. So if somebody tries to make you out as crazy, there's evidence that you're not. So I just want to share that tidbit. That's what happened beforehand. And I'm like, oh, this person crazy. Let me make sure I document this.
I thought you were talking about me for a little while there, brother.
No, no. No.
Don't feel bad that day was talking about me.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. No, yeah, I'm doing a text message in the background. Oh boy, people are interesting. But besides that, Sister PJ was definitely a blessing and a vessel of her stature and her character and of what she was doing. And I had the pleasure to meet her a few years back with the Powerful Pioneers with Brother Rojo. For those who know him, he's a vegan chef specialist with like the Dr. Sebi stuff and the vegan stuff and what to eat and, an alkaline lifestyle best as possible. And so I met Sister PJ through him, and it kind of feels like yesterday. And the funny thing is, I didn't know that she lived in New Jersey. I thought she lived in New York because she was always going to New York and Harlem and doing things. And then I found out she was in West Orange. I said, wow, she was in West Orange. That's what's up. Right. So we just got to know each other through that. And we did different projects together. The first major one was the one in Harlem that some people may be familiar with Brother Kevin, who was in real estate. And from there, we basically hit it off. And she put me in one of her flyers, which was a Smart Money University with Brother Kevin. And then life happened, during that time period. So we continued some of it. But I was specifically going to educate on with the Smart Money University was high level life insurance, high level annuities, the importance of saving in those three categories. Anything with like real estate and crypto and all that stuff, I dabbled in that, but it's not really per se my specialty. I know we probably have people on here, others that we know who specialize in those categories, but my specific unit was going to be high level insurance and high level annuities and how to leverage that from a tax-free or supplemental status when insurance policies are designed correctly, whether you have term insurance, whole life insurance, or indexed universal life insurance, which is a big one. You have to know how to design that correctly, because if you don't, your policy will implode. And that has happened to people, but not with people with my policies, because it's designed correctly, meaning less fees, more savings, and more money for you and your family. And that takes a specific skill set that some people have and some people don't have. But I've been trained by Doug Andrews, who's one of the top IUL specialists on YouTube, and I also work with his team. Right. So PJ and I were working on those type of concepts. And footnote, when I talked to the husband, PJ did have some things in place, not with me, because she was always on go mode, as you guys know. But she did have protections in place. So that was good to hear when I talked to the husband directly. And we powwowed at the hotel about, leveraging her light and empowerment. We also did like a lot of waterworks because it was not easy to talk about it. And we basically shared to leverage her light for the future and in relation to anything we do, right? We may run into difficulties with businesses or people, like the text message I just had to do, and I'm still sending it just for fun. Could have ended it, but I'm like, let me get enough evidence on this person, in case something were to happen in the future. Be like, no, she's crazy. I'm not. Anyway, whole nother story. But basically leveraging, that's a joke right there. But basically leveraging her light in order to move forward with what we got to do. Right. If it's in Smart Money University, if it's in our personal life with eating and healing, she was a young 43, 42. She was born in 83. And she has a little man, Nate, which is her young son. He's like a little brother. He's cool as heck. He has a lot of cousins and uncles, went to the repast, met a lot of them, but he's also still like an only child. So we relate a lot because I'm an only child too. He loves video games, anime, just like I do, so really, really cool. And he's very smart and intelligent and very poised for his age. Even though I know he's hurting inside, he's very poised with the way he speaks, the way he carries himself. And that's kudos to his mom and dad, who's been, teaching him. And he loves basketball too, right? It's pretty cool. So basically, with that energy and spirit, we have to continue on our projects. And sometimes it may get tough or hard, but it's leveraging her energy, and not just her energy, right? Even though the topic is PJ, not just her energy, but whatever energy that you have for people who did pass away or who inspire you to move forward, we have to take that into account in what we have to do personally. For those who know, I call myself like 1099 man. I'm doing Uber, I'm doing energy, I'm doing finance. I'm still applying for other 9 to 5s. I'm all over the place in a good way, and still trying to exercise and eat, and still, in between have fun, right? So everybody has their version of that, right? So one of the goals that we were talking about is she's also an inventor. I don't know if you guys talked about it, but she's also an inventor. And one of the things she was inventing, she has had a whole inventor community. And one of them was with Brian Freed, who's one of the leading inventors in the States. And she did what called a Let's Make It Happen event. And I had the fun privilege to introduce him in a Harlem State office building. And I believe you guys probably talked about the vigil on Friday, I'm assuming, that's happening over there. And that's going to be fun. So, and that's where she had her events at. And she led people to practice and be in their shine and be in their light to share their idea and whatever they had to do with themselves, right? So that was fun and cool. So those are some of the projects we were working on. And the other thing I actually told the other company I work with, Think Energy, I told them what happened, and they sent their condolences because I said, oh yeah, one of my business partners, the house unfortunately, burned down and they passed away. What do I do? And they were like, just contact customer service. It's okay. And they said, send the family, the condolences. And so that was the next project we're also going to work on, among many projects, was spearheading Think Energy in relation to all the product updates, solution updates. And to keep it very simple without going into too much detail, we can do another scheduled session just only on Think Energy. But the two or three updates are, we are getting into the battery market. My partners just sent me a video, Brother Cliff. I don't know if you saw it. I put it on my page, but batteries, where it's indestructible like my phone. It's going to be AI monitored, AI structured and monitored. So it's going to store energy in the daytime and night and track the most efficient use of what it is that we do. So people have the best savings as possible. And when there's a power outage, and that's going to be, believe it or not, complimentary and free to the customer or client with a little tidbit of a credit score. But we're going to learn more about that during a release in the coming months with those further details. But it's basically not going to cost the consumer anything with those batteries. And we're partnered with a major company called EcoFlow, which is one of the number one inventors of batteries, indestructible batteries in the world, actually. And they're well known. You've probably seen them at Walmart or Home Depot as well, but they're going to have a specific division for us. So I did an interview with one of the managers. I was interviewing him, and I could send that out to the team, or Winborn or Cliff. You guys can post it, vice versa. I'm doing an interview with the gentleman. And they actually did Tony Procupia was one of the partners. He posted something in the battery showing it on the house, which is really, really cool. Right. So there'll be a lot of opportunity for electricians, plumbers, things of that nature to get into the household specifically for that market. The autosave market, we have a new solution called autosave for those who don't know, where it's kind of like, ever heard the progressive driving thing, that little device when you put it into your car and tracks your driving. And if you drive really slow or really careful, your driving cost is very low, right? It's very similar concept with autosave, where it tracks your energy usage, and whoever has the lowest rates, either us at Think Energy or the incumbent, for example, like that with the incumbent, you're going to have a specialized rate based on usage. All right. And that's what AI technology. So you're always basically going to be guaranteed saving, along with a thermostat thermostat as well that we're also going to be showing with the companies. So there's a lot of moving pieces, and all those solutions and products has residual income, which basically means a true residual income. One residual income is you do something once and get paid on it forever. So we have multiple solutions that are free and complimentary to the customer consumer that you get paid on every single month, no matter what. So that's big. That is very big. So I can do a session on that another time. We have a new 9-minute video that highlights the technology and the products, and then a compensation. We have a short 7-minute compensation as well. And that talks about fundraising for communities, churches, institutions, companies, employee benefits to raise funds without having to lift a dime technically. All you got to do is put people on, help people save, and make income. So that's a short version of the update with the Smart Money University and Think Energy and my reflection on Sister PJ.
Thank you so much, Brother Raymond. And like I kept saying for the past few days, we're going to keep building and growing together with the different opportunities that we have to make money together and work together. So we thank you so much. As we start winding things down and get ready to play our last song, The More We Are Together, Queen Mother, Bishop, Simeon, would you like to share a few words as we're gathered here, coming together in unity? Give thanks. Queen Mother?
Blessed love, can you hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, let me tell you, I give honor and praise for everybody being here. And the God in me salutes the God in you. When Sister Queen Jim told me about this incident, I was devastated and heartbroken for the family. And I didn't even know that it was that beautiful Sister BJ. And now when I found out, I was even more so devastated because she was so wonderful. I didn't even get a chance to meet her in person, but I know I am ever be with her in spirit, just like I am with Dada Simeon and Tony Rankin and all of our righteous ancestors. And to think that they went out, the three of them, in fire. Hallelujah. I remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego right now. Hallelujah. And I give honor and praise to the Most High for Sister BJ and what she has done. And like someone said, she did her work. And someone else said, we are the womb, we are the goblet. We are the time that is now. And she has done, her and her sister Fantasia, is it? And their wonderful emperor father. I mean, this is like on another level of them going out. And then the princess of Ethiopia, she went right about the same time also. Hallelujah. And it's all very spiritually correlated and connected, but we can't see the big picture because we're in it and we have to be over it to see it. So I just give thanks and praise for having met her in spirit, and knowing that I will always be her BFF. I can be her best friend in spirit and find out more about her and what she would like for me to do as she is pouring out of her treasures. She's pouring down her cadeaux, her fragrances, her diamonds, her gifts on us right here and right now as we join together, touching and agreeing and lifting up their souls and sending them off with a great big, oh, Brother Simeon, just, my Lord of mercy, them just a wait for them for coming on with their arms wide open. He will pardon you and me too, for there is no secret. What our God can do. Rising power, Sister BJ. Thank you.
Mama Simeon, we thank you, and we look forward to you remaining with us as we travel this journey. Thank you so much, Mama Simeon.
And Brother Cliff, thank God for you, because you're the impetus, you're the amoeba, you're that drawer, the one that's in the middle right now, keeping us all together. So like Brother said, the more we are together, it's happier we shall be. Love you.
Yes, love you more, love you more. Give thanks. Queen Mother Simeon, September 9th is coming soon. We're going to start working on that with our brother Jonathan. And as we wind down, Ross Bookie, any words you'd like to share all the way down in Panama? Give thanks. Ross,
Good
still
evening.
with us? Go right, go
Blessings.
ahead.
Righteousness, exalt the nation. A very, very good program. I would say I didn't get to know the sister PJ, but her name ring in my ears like a bell. Um, and when I got the news, or when I saw the news, I was like wishing immediately, like this is not happening to she. It was somebody else that close to her. And then after I got shocked again when I realized it was this person, even though I never met her. So I would just say my condolence and love goes out to her and her family, and I know that the Almighty knows better than I do. I leave everything in the hands of the Almighty. I really look and see what she done great when everyone speak of her, and it really motivates us to live and keep doing. And there's always a reward, and we should not wait for reward from the men and the men around us and women around us, but from the Almighty above us, you know. And also to say, Brother Cliff, you're doing a great job. I hope the Team Our Federation would look into these kind of things that member do or does, and really put it in something special for Black people of the world, and stop using this word just because of a phrase. Really, I don't really want to talk, but I felt that this is a moment also for us to look into. She's trying to save her family life. She gave her life as a sacrifice. She did not just like she got there. She didn't have understand. She might didn't have to go in to do that if she, and she did. So a person like that, you know, we have to really remember them and keep them in our prayers and their example in our community. So that's pretty much, Brother Cliff, I would like to share. Um, Tonight, let me see if I could let me see just a moment there. I wanted to, you know, even a moment of silence is good for a person like this. What happened to her, you know, it's very good. It's a very good person, a very good soul amongst us, and sometimes we don't even know the greats around us until when we are gone. I pray to the Almighty for protection for all of us, not only for me. Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Just a minute there.